Hey, Aparna.
Hi, you guys.
How we doing?
Good. How are all of y'all doing, Sean? It's been a long time. Man, last I saw you, it was the day we decided to make this partnership happen.
I know it's been a while. It's been a while. It's been how long has it been now? It feels like
It's
forever, but maybe like a year, a
oh,
little bit less.
not yet a year. I think maybe about 9 months. But you guys have put a dent in the number of people you've helped out. So I'm so honored, Sean, Ty, Trace, to be chosen to be on this call and be able to share how amazing this partnership is. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll get right into it. So first off, happy Earth Day to both of you. And then we do have some people on the webinar that could ask some questions. So happy Earth Day to everyone attending. I know 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we got a lot of people in the field working, but thanks to everyone on this live. And we're super excited to, this is months in the making. We've tried to do this in person with Aparna, and we will do this in person and do some fun content here in the future. But I'd love to just welcome you on behalf of all of us at Better Earth. This is Aparna Mohla, the VP of corporate partnerships here at GivePower, one of our nonprofit partners, and just doing amazing things tackling global water insecurities with the help of solar energy. And I know both Sean and I, being able to pair solar with, solving, being a small part of solving global water insecurity is just unbelievable that we have this chance to do it. And the better we do, the better we help you solve those problems and get more, more solar farms getting built and scheduled out. So I'll pass it over to Sean to kind of do a little bit of a better introduction on the Better Earth side on how this partnership started. And then we'll use this kind of mini podcast to Aparna to just talk a little bit about what we've done so far, what GivePower is doing, and how this partnership really works.
Yeah, appreciate it, Ty. Yeah, first of all, welcome again, Aparna. As I was thinking about it, obviously it's a great day to sort of have this celebration of sorts and to do this call. But I remember when I first got into renewable energies and first got into solar, it was like every week and every month that I learned more about the industry, the more committed and the more fulfilled and the more passionate I became about it. And once we kind of started going down the path of starting Better Earth, I remember it was there was a natural disaster that happened. I think it was in the Bahamas. And I remember this was like early on in Better Earth. And we were texting in our group chat and we were like, man, there are so many people in the world that for no reason beyond just where they grew up and what they're born into, that they are born into far more difficult circumstances than kind of the opportunities that we have and the opportunity that we have in building Better Earth and the industry we're in and so on. And, it was kind of that conversation that sparked this, hey, we've wanted to be a company that is for purpose, and we wanted to be a company that gave back through a variety of ways. One, obviously from building a business and employing people and so on, but while we continue to grow, being able to share that with organizations and partner with organizations that are dedicated to the causes that ultimately drive why we do what we do. And I remember that conversation. I texted in a group chat and it was like, what can we do, like something kind of per project that we have, per customer that we have, like what can we do? And it kind of naturally led to this. We had heard about GivePower, obviously being kind of in the solar industry for some years and hearing about what they were doing. And it turned in this like really natural, I think, organic relationship where it was like, wow, this is such an amazingly easy and powerful and impactful relationship to do and to start, where it allows us to be able to contribute, as we continue to grow, contribute some amount of money towards this cause and towards this organization. And it was so perfectly aligned because there was kind of course, being able to contribute from some type of financial place as we continue to grow, but B, the cause itself, when you look at all the problems in the world and you look at all the issues that are going on in the world, obviously the issues that our environment faces is top of mind, but even more importantly within that is the water crisis. And like one of the biggest problem in the world is the water crisis, and that expands from our oceans to clean water to a variety of things. And it was like this first kind of idea of, okay, we need to do something immediately. We don't have to wait till we're this, you know, this massive company to start contributing. Like, doesn't matter how big or small you are, you can start, and it's it's the act of starting that will kind of get that going. And then B, finding that right, you know, what does the start truly mean, and where does it make the most sense to kind of focus your energy and focus your efforts. And you know, once we started to like look into GivePower, and the first call that we got on with you, you were like so energized and so like excited. And I remember, I think it was Ty, Trace, myself, and Zane, and we were on that call, and all four of us were just like blown away by how excited you were about it and how passionate we could tell you were about what GivePower was doing. And it really, you know, it really hit home in all areas, from being able to align solar with the water crisis, and being able to kind of bridge that gap and align it in such a perfect way. And it really just hit home kind of on all cylinders. And, you know, kind of, I guess now it's been 9 months, something like that. And it's just great to know every additional install that we do month to month, quarter to quarter, the direct kind of small impact. Granted, like we see this being, you know, we see the impact we have today is nothing compared to what we want to have with you guys, but just at least a start to it. And it's just, you know, again, just thinking of how it originally started and where it's come so far. And I was doing a lot of reflection today on Earth Day, and a lot of things that give me kind of a lot of fulfillment and give our company a lot of fulfillment, and everything that our company does, a lot of it stems from the true, you know, why that we have a bit as a business. And it's just so aligned with what GivePower is doing literally on a day-to-day basis. And yeah, I think the biggest thing that I would just say is I'm so appreciative of having people like yourself, and having businesses like yourselves, and organizations like yourselves that commit their time and commit their energy to these causes, because this isn't these issues are so massive, and is not something that just one, two, or hundreds of companies and hundreds of people or thousands of people can help fix and help resolve. It's literally going to take the entire, like all of humanity, you know. And but it is the influential people like yourselves that are going to allow us to kind of reach the place that we want to reach. And so I'm going to stop talking. This is more for, we want to hear a little bit more from you, but I just want to give kind of some context of how this originally started, and how thrilled we are and how excited we are to be, you know, 9 months into this and to continue going on with it. So I guess best I can say is thank you.
Oh my gosh, you guys, massive gratitude for having me on. I cannot even tell you, and to everybody that's logged on this Zoom, this was literally the highlight of my day. I was like so nervous this morning when I woke up, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be on this podcast with Better Earth. You are one of our very favorite Give partners that we have. We repost your Instagram stories the most. So you're very, very much loved, not just from the IG side of our world, but also from our donor side of what we do. Look, team, you know, our organization can only be just as good and as committed and as passionate as our donors are. And how lucky and blessed are we that we get to work with people like yourselves. We get to align our mission and make it your mission. We get to get into the fabric, the DNA, and the culture that you've weaved in Better Earth, which is just absolutely contagious. You guys, I couldn't be on a call better than today. You know, today officially is April 22nd. It's Earth Day. It's an opportunity for us to celebrate that little pale blue dot that we all live on. You know, the emoji and the icon that we use in text messages, sometimes to bring a smile to the faces of our friends and our loved ones. Well, we get to seriously take an opportunity to celebrate that. I hope after today's call, we celebrate that pale blue dot every single day. You know, Earth Day shouldn't be a specific day when we all say, here, let's come together and let's celebrate Mother Earth. We should be celebrating her every single day, because she celebrates us and she sustains us every single day. None of us, humanity, wouldn't be able to be where we are had it not been for Mother Earth sustaining us. And, with right here in front of our own two eyes, we can see all the things that we can do to protect her, to provide her for a sustainable health, just like she's provided us since time immemorial. And I'm just so honored and so privileged that I get to be able to speak on behalf of GivePower. For those of you that aren't very familiar with GivePower, we are a 501c3 nonprofit. We started off in 2014, where our mission was to electrify the world. Our mission was to go into underprivileged, underdeveloped third world countries and give people the gift of light that is powered through solar panels. So our goal was to provide clean electricity or clean energy to people. But team, every country we went into with the intention to put solar on a school and give kids in that village the gift of electricity, we realized that there's another resource that people don't have outside of the United States of America, and that resource is water. Sean alluded to it earlier, but team, the number one killer on our planet is not cancer, it's not heart disease. And you want to take one guess what it is? It's waterborne diseases. That is the number one killer on the planet. Every 90 seconds, a child dies because of a waterborne disease. The UN has said that if we don't do anything, then by 2025, in 4 short years, there'll be 3.5 billion people on the planet. You heard me right, with a B, billion people on the planet that won't have access to water. I mean, team, that's half the planet. We're about 7.5 billion people today. And so when I met Sean, Trace, and Zane, that was the conversation we had, that's something we got to do. And so GivePower's solution to that was a solar water farm. We deploy solar water farms teams in villages that don't have access to clean water. The countries that we are super deep in are Kenya, Colombia, Haiti, and Nepal. We go into coastal villages, we pull water that is salinated from the ocean. Using our Blue Drop patented technology, we desalinate that water. We take a 50 kilowatt solar array system. I guess I can geek out with this crew here. You guys know what 50 kDEVs is, and you're thinking in your mind, 50 kDEV is a massive job, man. That's a great payday, right? So we take a 50 kDEV solar array system, we attach it to a 135 kilowatt hour battery system. Mostly we use Tesla battery systems, and all of the electricity that those panels produce, that the sun produces, is used to desalinate water. So it's providing someone clean water through clean energy. Never before in the history of mankind has this value proposition caught on fire like the way it has caught on fire today. And it's all thanks to team, the support and the teamwork that we get from each and every one of you at Better Earth. Whether you're working as a lead gen, whether you're working as a sales rep, whether you're working in the finance, in the accounting, in the customer service, whichever department you work at Better Earth, you're making an impact. You're making a difference. If you guys don't mind, I'd like to screen share for a moment. May I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I want you guys to take a look at this. And I want you to feel the pride. I want you to, every single time your logo, your t-shirt, you put that t-shirt on with the Better Earth logo on it. Team, I want you to feel the pride. I want you to loudly, proudly, and boldly tell the homeowner sitting across from the kitchen table from you why you work at an organization that you should feel so proud of. And then I want you to take that a step further. And I want you to make those customers feel the pride in wanting to choose Better Earth to be their partner in the switch that they are making to clean energy. And here is why. I mean, I wish I was at a mountaintop, I would shout this out, but your leadership team here puts money where their mouth is. It's not all about the bottom line. It's leaders that believe that in order to move forward, we got to give back. And so for every single installation, every time glass gets put on a roof for a customer that's chosen Better Earth donates $40 tax deductible to GivePower. And guess what that $40 has done? Your lifetime donations have been a whopping $42,720. And team, this partnership has not even hit 1 year in anniversary. And you've been able to, so all of you that are on the call here, what you're doing is working because you're ramping, you're running at a pace that's so fast that you have helped 2,136 people get 20 years of clean water that they can drink, that they can cook in, they can bathe in. You've sustained life for them. Team, I'm not joking, but man, I wish you would know what these little kids in the villages we go into where we deploy our solar water farms, they are covered in open sores from their head to their toe because all the water that they are consuming is so salinated that the body can't take it. So the human body breaks out in open sores. And once we give them this clean water that is powered by clean energy, those open sores disappear. The cases of typhoid have gone down drastically in the regions where we've deployed these solar water farms, simply because people have been given the gift of drinking clean water. So they aren't contracting typhoid. You're giving people, think about it this way. How many of us are on the call here? We are about 20 people on the call. For a moment, just play along with me. Everyone, close your eyes. Just close your eyes for a moment and think about, when was the last time you took a sip of water? Was it a minute ago? 5 minutes ago? When was the last time you served a cup of water to your loved ones or to your little kiddo? And now, as you're thinking about that moment, ask yourself this question. When was the last time you told yourself, oh man, I should drink as much water as I can right now, because for the next day, I'm not going to get water to drink. So let me gulp this whole bottle as quickly as I can. Or better yet, when was the last time you took a sip of water and said, thank you, God, this water tastes so damn good. How did I get so lucky to be born in the part of the world where water tastes so good? Okay, you can open up your eyes. I bet you the answer to those two questions was no, right? We've never thought about that. But you know what, team? You know what, gang? There are billions of people outside of America that think about those two things when they take a sip of water. And they have tears in their eyes and they squeeze our arm and they say, thank you, in their indigenous language. When if you translate into English, they're saying, thank you for, in my lifetime, giving my kids clean water that's powered by the sun and water that tastes so damn good, because I never thought I would get to drink that. And so because of Better Earth, 2,136 people have been able to do that. And that team right there is a difference. Y'all can tell by my funny name and my weird accent. My name never gets right at Starbucks. Every time I go to get a cup of coffee, no one ever gets my name right, and that's okay. But team, I didn't grow up in this amazing country of America. I grew up in Bombay, India. And the reason why I'm so passionate about what we do together and this partnership is because this is personal to me. I wish there was a Better Earth when I was growing up for my first 22 years of life that had donated so I could have 24 hours running water and I could have 24 hours running electricity. You guys, I got water for about 10 hours a day and I got electricity for another 10 to 12 hours a day. I didn't grow up in a village. I grew up in a very hustling, bustling city of Bombay, India. They call it Mumbai now. But when it would rain in my city, it would flood my city. And we would not have electricity for weeks on end. Texas didn't have power. And that's all you heard about on the news. Not that that's anything bad, but it's that there are millions of people that go without power for months on end. And it's just life. It never makes breaking news on news channels or headlines in a newspaper. I grew up like that. When I came to America, my culture shock was the fact that if I flipped a switch on the wall, there was instant electricity. The light bulb just turns on. And when I go into the bathroom and I turn a faucet on, there's instant hot water or cold water. I would show my parents on Skype and they would say, oh, wow, you can shower anytime in America. There's air conditioning anytime in America. And team, think about it this way. Every time you get in front of a homeowner or you get in front of a prospective client that you think can benefit from their roof getting switched to clean energy through Better Earth, I want you to think about it this way. How lucky are we that not only do we get to conserve the one resource that people don't have across the globe, but gosh, we are so privileged. We get to offer people a choice of where they want their power to come from. Do you want your power to come from a dirty source? Or do you want your power to come from a clean source? Where we can predict what your bills are going to look like for the next 20, 25 years. We can control yourself and your family against future rate hikes from the utility company. And we can protect you from, not having a utility bill spike because you can go solar and you can go solar with us. And then every time you go solar, Better Earth makes sure that somebody, just like you see on the slide in front of you, somebody in a third world country gets access to water and electricity because you went solar, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner. Now that's a value proposition that I think we all can get behind. And when we make that value proposition, there is no customer that I know of that would say, hey, I don't want to be part of the solution. Just this whole idea of the global water crisis being solved in a sustainable way has never been mainstream. And so let's go out there and make it mainstream. Ty, I'll kick it back to you. Trace and Sean, I'll kick it back to you. I'm sorry, but I'm so passionate. I want to punch a window, go jump out and sell some solar today. You guys want me to ride along with you?
Yes. Yeah, we need that every day. That was amazing, Aparna. I'm hyped up. I'm gonna do some follow-up today on a few clients I've been lacking on. But I'll pass it to Trey since he wasn't on at the start. I know we're working on a lot of cool things as far as digital media, new website that's really gonna showcase this partnership the way it really deserves. Along with what we're doing today, this is kind of maybe the kickstart of being a little bit more forward with letting people know what we're doing and how important it is to all of us and our entire team on sales ops, every side of it. And I know our sales team does use this in the home with homeowners, and it's a winner, and we're super excited to make that more known and hopefully double and triple and 10x what we've done so far here in the very near future.
Absolutely. Trace?
Yeah, amazing. Sorry I was a few minutes late. Aparna, that is a tough speech to follow. That was absolutely incredible. We appreciate the all the insights and all the passion. It's actually, I was meant to actually text you before this podcast because I wanted to see the number, and then I forgot about it. It's pretty amazing to see that we've made this big of an impact in such a short time. And I remember when I believe Sean was the first person to maybe introduce GivePower at Better Earth, and we got on kind of our initial call, and I was so just like invigorated and captivated by your passion. And we were at a point when we were trying to figure out, should we work with multiple foundations? Should we, we were trying to choose, the best way to kind of spend, our resources as we grew. And, once we found out more about GivePower and all of the impact that you guys are making, I think one of the coolest things that for Tyler, Sean and I, that we remember is that, every single dollar that we donate actually goes to the projects, which makes GivePower such an incredible organization to me, because that's not the case. And, in many nonprofits, you're dealing with overhead and everything. And
that's right.
Via your partnership with LoanPal, which handles like all of that, that was so incredible to see. And it's like, okay, when we're deploying these resources, they are actually going to the people in need. And it's amazing to see that that's showcased in a per person, number, 2,136 in 8 months, maybe.
Yeah, less than a year, Trace.
Pretty cool. But we have we have a lot of work to do. We definitely want to get that to 6 and 7 figures as we go, and we only have 20 people on this right now. It's probably because it's the middle of the day and our team is out helping homeowners and out at doors and working hard to bump that number up.
Yes.
And to Tyler's point, we do have a ton of summer plans for content, and I know this was not to bait and switch you, but a part of this is the first of a few little projects that we're going to be reaching out.
Oh my God. I would love that, you guys. You all literally, I still remember that Zoom call that I had with you, Sean, Zane, and it was the best Zoom call I've ever been on. And it wasn't a matter of, oh, should we do it? It was a matter of how much do we do? How much can we donate? And that's what I was so fired up and just so inspired by. And thank you, Trace, for bringing that. But yes, we are very grateful at GivePower to LoanPal, simply because LoanPal covers all of our operating overhead expenses as part of their generous contribution and donations to us annually since our inception, which is why when we get donors like Better Earth, every dollar that you give us goes towards the happy smiling faces that you see on this slide. The project is the beneficiary of every single dollar of your contribution. It's just absolutely massive. And honestly, this dent that you've put into the universe, the good karma that you've put in the universe already is going to come back to this team tenfold. And I will not be surprised seeing you guys' summer numbers. And I'm not sure, Trace, if the people that are on the call know about this, but there is the component of a truck as part of our partnership, where once we hit $100,000 in donation or 2,500 installs, whichever comes first, I'm going to defer to the Better Earth leadership team that is on the call here to choose how they want to pick the people. But 10 of you, 10 lucky ones from Better Earth are going to be hand selected to go on a journey of a lifetime with GivePower, but will actually take you to a village in either Kenya, Colombia, or Haiti, and Nepal, sorry. And with your bare hands, you will dig, you will trench, you will wire, you will paint. Of course, there'll be some help with local electricians, but you are going to install a ground mount or pole mounted solar array system on a school that does not have any electricity. When we land into that village, there will be no power after sunset. But before we leave that village, at the count of 3, there will be a lighting ceremony. You will flip a switch, and for the first time in the lives of those people in that village, the light bulb will turn on, and you will give them the gift of light. Renewable energy, it's going to power their schools, and they'll have the opportunity to literally and figuratively make something out of their life. And so I kind of was saving the best for last, but I can't wait to see who goes on that trek, who goes out and experiences that. And the rate at which you guys are growing, there are going to be multiple treks that you're going to earn. And almost every person at Better Earth is going to go get a chance to see that live in action. You know, gone are the days when you take an all expense company trip and go to Cancun and celebrate. You want to take an all expense paid trip and go into a village and give people the gift of these basic necessities that are luxuries for them. Because that's what life is all about. I know we are coming to a close of our half hour, but gosh, would I be remiss if I didn't share with y'all what our founder shared with us. Hayes Barnard is a leader that I have pursued and followed and looked up to for years and years. I interacted and encountered that guy in 2014 for the first time, and I have followed him and his leadership peloton ever since. And he said, he's also the founder, coincidentally, team of LoanPal. So some of you may have heard of him from LoanPal, but he's also the founder of GivePower. And he said to us one time that, if we only get one life, and if it's only this one lifetime that we get to live, then gosh, do we owe it to ourselves and our loved ones to do it right. And the reason why I'm quoting him here towards our close is, team, for all of us that are on the call or that'll hear this recording, I want you to think about that for your life. You're on the right side of history. You figured an industry that's going to revolutionize America's energy infrastructure one rooftop at a time. And within that industry, you've chosen an organization and a company in Better Earth that's actually going to make that happen, not just here in the Northern Hemisphere, but through our partnership together with GivePower, we're going to make a global impact on doing it right for people across the globe. So team, with that, all I want to say is thank you so much. बहुत बहुत आपका धन्यवाद, which in Hindi, in my native tongue, means thank you so much for your partnership. Thank you for doing what you do every day, because as you can tell, it's making a significant impact. So happy Earth Day, you guys. Let's go push this planet forward.
Yes,
let's do it.
Happy birthday, Aparna, and thank you so much for jumping on and doing this with us, especially on such short notice. I know you're incredibly busy, as are we. We're all working to push this planet forward, and I think we're all gonna go back to that now.
Thank you so much, Aparna. You're an absolute rock star. Thank you for everything that you do, and we're excited to keep this moving.
Yes, thank you so much, Sean. Thank you, Ty. And for all of you that were on the call, I'm seeing your chats. Andrew, Oren, thank you so much, Marshall. Oh, there is Marshall. I remember chatting with him. Alex, Sean, thank you so much. Let's go crush it, you guys.
Marshall will be part of the next conversation we have 100%.
Oh, we got to make it happen. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And happy Earth Day to everybody. See you later.
Thanks, guys. Bye.